We... Oh, wait, we're in the fucking wrong room. Wait, it's not Christmas yet. We're ignore that. Ignore that. We're gonna use that later in December. It's fine. I recorded. You know, I figured we would do some Christmas songs and stuff for December. So you know, it is what. Do I have reverb on? You know, Phantom. This would be the time that I actually have. I fucking forgot to turn it off, didn't I? I did. Fuck it. Thank you for catching it before someone else could come in and tell me that I didn't have. It's fine. Doom King, thank you for the soup. Thank you, I appreciate it. And I think I saw, yes, I did. 5 gifted numbers earlier. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. I am sick. But I'm fine. I feel like it'll be a slightly shorter stream, but I felt like, you know, we probably don't need a ton of time to beat the Elite Four, right? We probably don't need a ton of time to beat the Elite Four, right? Sick again? I mean, to be fair, I was pretty sure that this one was gonna happen. Because this happens to me almost any time that I have to get a booster shot. Woo! So that's why I was sick home today, is because yesterday I got a flu and a COVID shot. And my immune system is stupid, and generally speaking, the day after I get any sort of booster, I tend to get sick. So, you know, that's where we are. I've been drinking a butt ton of water, doing the thing, you know, trying to take care. I've taken a couple of naps, and, you know, I made sure to eat a good meal. It had fucking veggies and shit. May not do that anymore then. Well, it's mandatory. We'll put it that way. It's a thing that I need to do. So at least it wasn't a migraine. Yeah, it's not a migraine, but it is like a worse headache than usual because of that. Yeah, but you're not meant to have them at the same time. Yeah, you can have them at the same time. It's a perfectly fine thing to do. Most people will be fine. You know, most people will be perfectly fine getting things like that. I just, you know, I mean, you guys already kind of know how... You guys kind of already, like, have a general picture of how my body works. So, yeah, you know, it is what it is, but it's something that I have to do for my job. Because I've talked about, like, you know, there are a lot of actual different jobs where... either getting them or like doing other things that like reporting or wearing masks or whatever. There's a lot of different like workplaces where it is mandatory, right? If you're working with like at-risk populations, essentially, I believe is the correct term for it. So like anyone who works with kids, anyone who works with old people, anyone who works with sick people, anyone who works with people who might be down on their luck, any of those kind of jobs, generally speaking, you need to have like up-to-date everything. And then there's other places that just require it in general, not from like it is like a important thing to have, but more just like, hey, this workplace deems that it's necessary for you to get these things. Those ones I'm kind of like, oh, that's a decision, sure, whatever. But, you know, makes sense, but it still sucks. Yeah, no, I agree. But to be fair, I suppose it's probably better to be, like, a little bit sick for, like, a little bit than, like, a terribly sick for a long period of time. I don't know. I don't think I've ever gotten, like, a really, really bad flu in a hot second, but like I'm thankful for that. Geez, the way that some people talk about like bad like flus, like I've gotten like, you know, I've gotten different flus, whatever, but I've never gotten like, you know, the ones where people are like fucking dying sort of idea, you know. caught the H1N1 and then never got the flu again. Ooh. Maybe you just, like, paid all of your, like, getting really fucking sick taxes at the same time. Maybe that's what it was. I did knock on wood. You are correct. I'm fucking dying here, mate. Are ya? Crazy. Wow. I hope you stop dying soon, you know? I hope you stop dying. Oh, no. No, Phantom, no. I mean, I suppose that's better than stress-induced, like, diarrhea or something. Like, I feel like that one could be the worst option because constipation only really gets really bad after you go through a couple of days, you know? And then trying to, like, get rid of said issue is really the problem. But, you know, I guess technically it could be worse. I mean, unless you have to go to the hospital for it. Unless you have to go to the hospital for it. Because if it ends up that you can't, then you know, you know, if you do all the things at home, you do like the laxatives and the whatevers, and then you have to go in and then they do like a stronger version and then yeah, and then if they can't do that, then they like physically they physically remove it if it gets bad enough. Because the problem is if you're constipated for too long, it can actually cause like tears and ruptures in the digestive system, which is not great, obviously, right? So they don't want your waste materials to leak into the general abdominal cavity. That would be very bad. So if it gets to a certain point, they remove it manually. Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, hospital ERs are very loud. That happened to you earlier this year. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know, I have a friend who has been to the hospital multiple times for that problem. Not gonna tell you who she is, because that's maybe TMI, but I have, yeah, I you know, that's, yeah, hot girls have gut problems, you know? Fun fact, medically speaking, diarrhea is considered constipation. Really? Wait, I need to Google that, Doom King. I don't think they are. Because they're vastly different issues with different treatments. They're like literally opposites. Yeah, they're opposite conditions, both considered changes in bowel habits. Yeah, so like if you were to say that they have like a bowel issue, then maybe, yeah, it would cover both. But like the way that you would treat both of those things is incredibly different. Paradoxical diarrhea is caused by constipation. Let's click that one. It's time to learn. Often due to an underlying health condition, it occurs when watery stools form behind hardened matter, sometimes due to laxative use. Is that, I guess that's if you're like constipated and gassy. May occur a few days after constipation. Like those two being the same, like having the same classification would make sense because the root cause would therefore be the same. I was confusing constipation with congestion. No, those are two very different things as well. Please never tell someone that you're constipated instead of congested. Very bad, very bad. No. My stomach tore. No, I'm so sorry. That's very unfun. Can be general IBS. Well, yes, that is if you have IBS, which 99% of hot women that I've met in my life have, you almost never have normal bowel movement. I mean, you do, but like it swings sort of back and forth, right? Some people sit more on one end than the other, right? Some girls and guys, but I guess most of the people that I know that have IBS are women. they tend to sit on the constipation side, and then some just sit on the loose side, and then some swing back and fucking forth, and then whenever you're in the middle, it's you're having a good time, and then it goes to the other side and you're not having a good time anymore. Yeah, with having issues like that, very normal for IBS. Or any sort of like very generalized gut issue, which if you don't know about IBS, most annoying thing to get diagnosed with. Just gonna throw that out there, because I don't know if you guys know how they test to see if you have that. But it's essentially just, nothing else came back positive. So there's something wrong with your gut. We just don't know what. We just know that it's wrong. And so you get slapped with IBS on your medical documents. So, congratulations. They know something's wrong with you, but they don't know what. They can't find a physical reason for this to be happening to you. Yes, it's a placeholder disorder. It's them saying like, okay, like there is something wrong. It's not in your head because we see the symptoms. Like, we can tell there's something wrong. We just can't figure out why the fuck it's happening. Yeah, well, yes, exactly. Is this from experience? I've said before, I have shit-ass gut health. Okay? I feel like this should not be... like I said, like 99% of the women that I have met have IBS or other digestion issues. And it is... I mean, to be fair, it's not as common, I guess, as people think it is. In that I think a lot of people just kind of slap on like, oh yeah, I have IBS without actually going through the diagnosis for it, because it's annoying. Because it's literally just them telling you they don't know what's wrong with you. Yeah. Did the doctor look at you and say IBS? You know, but that is how I got my anxiety diagnosis. Yeah. No, I wish that was the fast way to do that. But no, I've never really, other than the anxiety, I suppose, I've never been one to like very quickly get diagnosed with things. I wish. Extrovert friend very often just very quickly gets diagnosed with things, and I'm like, girl, she's like, ooh, I have this thing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not surprised. And she's like, I think you have this thing too. And I'm like, yes, I do. You're correct. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, you understand that usually that takes years and years and years to get diagnosed for, right? And she's like, oh, I just walked into the room and it turns out that they were a specialist in this one particular thing. They looked at me and they said I had it, and then they made me go through like 10 minutes of testing. I can't say that she's the world's favorite, because she does have even more health conditions than I do. But, if the world had favorites, she would simultaneously be a favorite and a favorite punching bag. So, yeah. She's really got that pendulum luck, Either she has the world's best luck or she has the world's worst luck, and there really isn't an in-between. I mean, I guess there is. There is in-between. And that's, as it's swinging from one side to the other, it's as it goes back and forth. Like, oh my god, girl just got a lecture, not a full lecturer's position, but a guest lecturer's position at a university. I'm so excited for her. So like, yeah, like, I mean, she works really hard. I've talked about her before, but like, punching bag is still kind of favoritism, right? They're the most favoritist one to put gifts on, but also the most favoritist one to take out your anger on. That's how I feel like luck plays with her in particular, Yeah. Yeah, she's about to finish her PhD, so she got a paid guest lecturer position. It's like pretty good. It's a 2 months for this course, 2 or 3 months. I think it's 2 months, 2.5 months maybe. And it's just under like I want to say it was 6K. I don't exactly remember. I was like glancing through, but it's like good money, and I was like, nice. You need the good money. You have so much student debt. Because now that she's done school, she can't just go back to school. So now she has to pay off her student loans. Yay! Oh, God. To the envy of not me. To the envy of not me. Never mind, she not ball. She will be ballin' once she gets that all paid off. It just so happens that first she has to pay off all of the student loans from her undergrad, master's, and PhD. Now, to be fair, she did get some of it covered, right? You know, like you get like grants and stuff, and she's gotten some partial scholarships and stuff, right? But yeah, she did take out a lot of student loans. But of all of my friends, actually no, that's a lie. I used to be able to say of all my friends, like, there were some that I trusted with money things and some I didn't. But at this point in their lives, I think actually all of my friends have like good understandings of like money and budgets and all that kind of stuff, which is great. It's like I've watched them grow up or something. Crazy, wild. It's almost like when I met some of them, they were just out of high school. Oh God, kill me now. Yeah, but now they all know how to do money things, and it's wonderful because I'm not stressed about them anymore. Used to be like tax season would come and I'd be like, oh my God, did you fucking save your money for taxes? Are you? Nah. But now they're all adults now. They all have their shit together. They all have their own lives. And there's you. What do you mean? What do you mean? I have my shit together. Not well, but it's together. Yeah. You do? I do. At least with like budgeting stuff, right? I make sure that I can do all of the things that I need to do. All of the like, adulty things, right? Like I make sure I have enough for like rent and my bills and any sort of yearly expenses, which those are all coming up. Not overly happy about that. Things like insurance things or any other sort of like premiums of that sort. You can make them monthly. That's probably what a normal person would do. Is budget for them monthly, instead of like paying like a lump sum of like a couple $100 to $1,000 or whatever it is. That's only if you get renter's insurance. Not everyone does. I prefer to have it though, just in case. But like, whatever that is, and you can split it over 12 months and pay for it monthly like you can for rent or anything else. I'm that weird person who likes to get it out of the way, so I prefer to pay it in a lump sum up front. Although that does mean that at the start of every year, I give them a lump sum, which I don't want to give. I don't want to give them that much money. And yes, you might be looking at me like, insurance is stupid. Why? Well, it's better to have it on the off chance that something does happen, And with my luck, as soon as I don't have insurance, we all know something terrible is gonna happen. But it still sucks to have to pay for, because you're paying for something that you're hoping you never have to use, right? Atrocious. Terrible, really. But it is what it is, and sometimes we just have to suck it up and be an adult. Better to have and not need than need and not have. Yeah, exactly. That tends to be the way that I think about it, and like, yeah, it comes to this time of year, and I'm like, all right, well, I've gotta figure out Christmas stuff, gotta figure out like start prepping for like bills and stuff, doing all that stuff. Bulk buying laundry powder, always a good time. I sent my Christmas wants list to my parents. And one of the things on it is, in fact, bulk dishwashing soap. It's like, hey, if I could get some dishwashing soap, that'd be cool. Then I wouldn't have to buy it for myself. Nope, yeah, socks is on it too. You're exactly correct, Raymu. Yeah, socks, dishwashing soap, perfume, skin lotion, chocolate. I put something else on there too. Oh, a new dustpan, like a little sweepy handheld dustpan. I use that for cleaning up after the bunnies for my day-to-day, and they've eaten a good chunk of the one that I currently use. So, so it's half things that I just like need in day-to-day life that just, you know, would be useful to have. I don't have to buy it for myself then, and half like things that would be nice to have that I like having, but aren't necessarily gonna kill me if I don't have, and it'll be nice if I don't have to buy them with my own money. Although I say that as if it's not like I essentially am. Right? Because I was like, all right, looking at the prices of these, if they get me a cheap thing, and like you know, if my dad got me a perfume and a pair of socks, that would probably run about $55. And now when I say a perfume, I'm talking a 10 milliliter travel size. I am not asking my parents for a full-size bottle of perfume. That shit's like $500. No, I just live on the 10 milliliter ones. Or the knockoff ones. Like currently, okay, so I really like the smell of Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I don't have Tom Ford Lost Cherry money. So I have a knockoff, which is the Dossier Ambery Cherry or something. So like I'm not about to ask my parents to no, that's not a fucking thing. So they're getting like a tiny little the little travel sized one, so I can spray it when I want to on the odd occasion I leave my fucking house. Can you tell the difference? I can't. Some people can. I mean, they have a difference in smell, but I like them both, so it doesn't really matter to me. And one is way cheaper than the other one. So, isn't a better bargain to get the bigger bottle? Yes, but I don't know about you, but I'm not about to ask my parents for a couple $100 for a Christmas present as an adult. Okay, $50, that's fine. You know, that's like a perfectly acceptable, right? Like I bought my dad about $50 worth of random motorcycle stuff that he put on his list, right? Like I was like a tire thing and a tool thing and a fucking LED something, you know? So like I essentially just tried to go. I'm trying to go for like something between like $50 and $70 sort of idea for my parents, like in my brother's Christmas presents. My mom sent me a 1-item Christmas list. She sent me a picture of her eyebrow pencil, and she was like, "This one, please." And I was thinking to myself, oh, an eyebrow pencil. That's gonna be like, what, $25? I'm gonna have to look for something else that I can get her too. Tell me why this bitch thinks that I can buy her Chanel makeup. I'm sorry, do you think I have Chanel money? What do you mean? Anyway, isn't it expensive? Yes. Yes. It is Chanel branded makeup. And if you don't know, that is a very expensive brand. Anyway, yeah, it was like an $80 eyebrow pencil. I was like, okay, bitch, fucking bougie much. Jesus Christ. Maybe she wants you to steal it. She doesn't. She asks for eyebrow things every year. Because she, yeah. Women's care products are the biggest scam in history. They really fucking are. I used to buy her, like, when she first asked for stuff, I just bought her what I used at that time, which was just like a Benefit brow something pen that I literally just, I saw what artist friend was using and I bought that for myself, and then I bought it for my mom. And then last year she wanted one that did like thin lines or something, and I did that. And then I got, now she's like, ooh, this one. I'm like, it looks exactly the same as the Benefit one. You 100% just have this in your purse to pull out in front of your friends, don't you? There's no way your mother uses the cheap stuff. There isn't. There isn't. To be fair, this woman also has tried to force designer purses on me, and I always look at them and I'm like, that's really ugly. I have trained her at this point, though. Now she knows not to buy me a bag unless it's black. So, like, when they got back from Europe, she was like, oh, I kept trying to find you a nice new bag, but, like, I couldn't find, there was a really nice leather one that I wanted to get you, but it smelled funny. And I was like, oh, thinking to myself, like, yeah, it smelled like fucking leather. Anyway, so she didn't. I was like, nice, wonderful, I'll fucking take that. Because she really likes getting me fashion stuff, but the problem is we have very different fashion styles. And until recently, yeah, she refused to acknowledge that I don't wear much that isn't black or a dark color or sometimes neutrals. Yeah. What about boobies? Can you get a Christmas gift from the boobies? I put some things up there. I did. I put bunny things up there, and you guys got them already. Yeah, I'm gonna give them to the bunnies, and then you're gonna get snacks in them. It's wonderful. She buys fashion stuff that she likes, yes. When my dad's there, he's usually really, really good at making her stop. Or making her get things that she doesn't want to get. Or then they do both. For example, last year I got 2 big plaid jackets. Like overshirts, jackets, something like that. One was black with white lines. Wonderful. It's fabulous. The other one is like a tawny browny beige with a lighter beige line. Now brown is pretty cool. But I'm not really one to wear beiges, you know? Don't get me wrong, I like a good beige, okay? Because like you can't, look, my setup at this point is brown and beige mostly, okay? I like a good brown and beige, but I like them in a decorative area vibe. You know, I don't like to wear them. Right? Me, I'm looking at some beige-ass monitors right now. What am I wearing? Oh, I'm actually not wearing all black today. Wonderful. I'm wearing black pants because I'm wearing sweatpants, but I'm wearing my Roro shirt, which is technically a white shirt, I guess. I'm wearing my wife because she keeps me safe while I'm sick. Yes. Wahahaha. Wahahaha. Yeah, they palm plates for the bunnies because I can put treats in them, and then they can also eat the bunny. Or not the bunnies. They can also eat the plates. I hope they don't eat the bunnies. Jesus Christ. I don't know if she still has t-shirts, but she did have t-shirts. Yes. Yeah. So I get to wear a Roro shirt. Yeah. I have a Roro shirt, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I don't know what my brother wants yet. Bitch hasn't told me. I messaged him again. I was like, hello. Please, your Christmas list. And he was like, haha, sure. and that was multiple days ago, and he since has not sent me his Christmas list. So get him a body pillow. He would probably throw it out. Please remember that this man is a very normie man. This is a very normie man, to the point where when he first moved into his place, I got him a rock. I gave him a rock. I was like, look, this is a fancy rock. It's, what did I even give him? Probably like fucking adventurine or some shit. I was like, it's a fancy shiny rock. Put it up by the window and a girl will be like, oh wow, a rock. And it'll give you something to fucking talk about or some shit, okay? Like, girl, there's a lot of normie girls who like rocks. And it'll tell you if she thinks it's cool because it's a cool looking rock, or if she thinks it's cool because she's a rock girl, you know? Because there's two different types of girls who like rocks, right? It's girls who are like, ooh, that's shiny and it looks cool and geology is cool. And then there's girls who are like, oh my god, that's wonderful. It has such a healing aura, you know? So, have a good night, Doom King. Have a good night. Yes, yes, yes. Which actually, I only really thought about that recently because, yeah, no, he literally was like, oh yeah, your rock saved me. So I guess the girl that he was dating, he's not dating anymore, because he had another girl came to his apartment and saw the rock, and she was apparently the healing rock type of girl, and he was like, no. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I got him a useful fucking rock when I gave that to him as his move-in present. I just think rocks are shiny and really fucking cool, okay? Like, the rock didn't heal that. Yeah, well, like, I have 3 different rocks on my desk. I just picked one up. It is a rutilated quartz. Rutilated quartzes are really fucking cool. If you've never seen a rutilated quartz, it's essentially, so this one is a clear quartz. So just like, it's like a kind of looks like glass, but it's like little whitey bits in it because it's not fucking $12 million. Anyway, and rutilation is just when there's a different stone structure running through the stone that you have. So this one has gold, like they look like almost like strings, just really thin gold strings running through this piece of clear quartz. And then they cut it into the shape of a rupee, which, you know, that's always fun. I do like some good Zelda. Anyway, easy to talk about if you show it. Yeah, well, I was showing it. You guys just couldn't see it. Yes, if it... Yeah. Save image. Yes, it's not a WebP! This is the best day of my life. So this is a rutilated quartz. In a similar but way more expensive vein than the one I have, because the one I have is more cloudy. So the clearer the clear quartz, the more expensive it probably will be. Yeah. So this is rutilation, and it's essentially, like I said, it's just something, it's a different rock formation within the rock itself. The most common rutilations are gold, like this, and then black, which is also super cool, and I do have a different rock with the black. But you can get all sorts, you can get like browns, you can get, I mean, usually if it's green, they won't call it a rutilation. They'll usually say that it's a mossy agate, because then it's usually actually just some sort of plant structure. White rutilations sometimes happen, and weirdly enough, white rutilations can be more, they're less straight across. They're really kind of cool. Apparently there's such a thing as a red rutilated quartz. I didn't know that that was a thing. I literally just found it. You know, I shouldn't be surprised given that there's like rust and stuff, and that would give it a red color. So I guess it's just if the iron gets into a more gold type rutilation, that's cool. Anyway, I like rocks because I think rocks are neat. My favorite rocks are just rocks that are shiny in weird ways, right? So like rutilation like this. or like labradorite, where it has the really cool shine to it. I love that shit. I love that shit. It comes in all sorts of colors. Moonstone is also cool. Has that same sort of shine to it, just with the white background. There's a purple stone. I've got a really big thing of it, but I don't remember. I cannot remember for the life of me what it's called. Anyway, but I do anything that has a feldspar shine to it, so like a labradorite, a moonstone, anything like that, I think is really, really cool. On the other hand, there's a lot of rocks that I think that they're really boring. Like diamonds, those are kind of boring. Lapis is cool. Also incredibly hard to get. Most of the time when someone will try to give you a lapis, it's not actually a lapis. I like opal because of the stories and the lore behind it. That's kind of neat. Because it's like really bad luck to buy yourself an opal. Incredibly bad luck. Also, the shine from an opal is due to like trapped water, so it's kind of cool because a lot of the time an opal can, over time, be less cool looking because the water will evaporate from this stone and it'll kind of just look like a normal rock until you have the ability to rehydrate it. Amylite's really cool. Amylite is essentially just a fossil. Yeah. You're more of a lazuli lover? She is very cool, but not a rock. But yeah, I need to stop talking about rocks again. I just think rocks are kind of neat. I just think they're kind of neat. Yeah, so I've got like the rutilated quartz, my favorite little piece of labradorite on my desk because it has a gold feldspar shine, and I also have a peridot cluster on a rock. They're all quite small. They all fit in my hand. Those are the 3 rocks that just kind of sit up here with me. I used to really, really like emeralds, which kind of boring, I know. Oh wow, the girl born in May really likes emeralds, which is her birthstone. Wow, lame. On one hand, yes. On the other hand, they're kind of neat. Have you ever seen a raw emerald? Also, like, my favorite color just happens to be dark green, and emeralds are usually dark green. And I really like black, and usually emeralds grow in black rocks. Have you seen a raw emerald? If you have not... Okay, wait, no, these are not what I want. No, these are processed emeralds. Stop telling me that these are raw. They're not. Go away. Anyway, I was trying to look for the... God. They're formed in, like... I don't know if it's a hexagon or what. But they're formed in barrels. And they're really cool. Oh, I like garnets. That's my mom's birthstone. I also have a necklace that has a garnet on it. I like darker colored stones, which garnet is one of. Right, because there's like garnet and ruby, and garnet is generally the darker red, ruby is the brighter red. Same thing with emeralds and peridots. Emeralds are the darker green, peridots tend to be the lighter green. How do I look for... I need to look for like an emerald cluster or some shit. That's incorrect. Some of these are, I'm looking on like Google and I'm like, that's not even a fucking, that's not what an emerald cluster looks like. Amazon, that makes sense. Amazon.ca, natural cluster of emeralds. That's not a natural cluster of emeralds. That's some quartz that someone dyed green. Because that's not what emeralds look like. Anyway, it tends to be that they do end up usually in like a black type of rock a lot of the time. And they grow out in these really neat like barrel formations. They're just cool. Oh, here's a good example. It's a shit-ass image, but okay. Alright, well, I'll save this poor quality image. This is fine. There's the smallest fucking... Anyway, like this. They have like a hexagon type of shape to them, and usually it's just, they're like sticking out of like dark colored rocks. Do I still have some? I don't know. I got rid of most of my rocks. I did keep a good handful, but I used to have a good number of emeralds because I like black and I like green. And they're kind of neat. You know, they're kind of neat. What's the deal with liking gemstones? Is it just glitter? I mean, I guess that's probably why a lot of people like them. I just think that they're really cool geological formulations in terms of like what kind of rocks look what kind of way, right? Like I said, like an emerald is like a really neat shape. And most of my favorite rocks have like a feldspar shine, which is like that kind of, like when you catch the light and it turns different colors. Yeah, matches your eye. Yeah, to some extent, yes. Yeah. Like a bluey green. Tell me you at least sold them. No, I gave them away to people. Yeah, I gave them away to people. A lot of them went to Witchy Friend because she's the type of girl who looks at a rock and goes, ooh, this one will heal me. Hence her nickname being Witchy Friend. Yeah, I gave a lot of rocks to different people and stuff who like rocks. I think they're kind of cool. I do really like rocks. I think they're neat. But there are a lot of rocks that I think are very overhyped. Like I've said already, I don't understand what the big deal about like diamonds or like rubies or sapphires. I mean, I prefer a sapphire or a ruby over a diamond any day, sure. But I would, you know, I think that like things like labradorite look really cool, or rutilated quartz, which I've already mentioned. Moss agate, which is just a quartz that has like plant particles and stuff in it. All of these things have like such fun, unique shines too that I think are like highly underrated and like way cheaper. And like lab-grown diamonds literally are, they are exactly the same in terms of like the components of them, and they usually shine like in a more sparkly manner. I don't really see the point. And the diamond artificial hype. It is artificial hype. It was literally marketing. It's literally marketing. Yeah. Amber is oh, I love amber. I did actually, when I first got into rocks, I bought myself some amber, like raw amber. And then I sanded it down so that it was actually like shiny and round. I made it all fancy and shit. But for those of you who are less familiar, I feel like probably at least 99% of you already know that amber is not a rock. Amber is just like hardened, semi-fossilized tree sap. It's just old sap. Okay, so it is the easiest thing to like sand down into the shape that you want. Because it's not a rock. It's quite soft comparatively. So most of the time you're gonna measure hardness of stones and rocks as on a Mohs scale, right? Diamond is obviously, it's got the highest hardness of any rock, which is how they kind of marketed it. But yeah, amber is, yeah, stone, yeah, it's like the semi-fossilized tree sap. Is amber sweet? I don't know. I never licked the one that I had. But yeah, that was like I got a piece and I like sanded the shit out of it. So whenever I was stressed, I would just like sand this one fucking piece of amber. And then like increase the grit, not decrease, that would be a fucking terrible idea. Increase the grit of the sandpaper over time so that essentially by the end you're just polishing it and then it's all nice and shiny. All nice and shiny. Yeah, it was kind of a fun experience, honestly. If you like just having a stupid project to do with your hands and you would like to sand something for 12 million hours, highly recommend. Sounds similar to making a perfect ball out of aluminum foil. Yeah, same sort of idea. Yeah, How high did you go in grit? the highest I could find at the time online. I don't remember exactly. This was during the Panini. I mean, I've always liked rocks. I had like rock collections as a kid, but I didn't really get like hugely into rocks until around the pandemic, because in what world did I have money for rocks? Sort of idea, right? And it was once the Panini happened that I suddenly had a whole bunch of hobby money because I couldn't cosplay. Obviously. And then I just never went back to that particular hobby. I started doing other things instead. But that was, you know, I didn't really have any money to try hobbies like buying rocks or plants or other things like that. So I kind of, you know, learned more about a whole bunch of different things that I was really into during that little bit of a period. Yeah. But rocks are really cool. Are rocks really that expensive as a hobby? Yes and no. Learning about rocks, not expensive. Deciding that you want to have a whole bunch of rocks, expensive. Especially, I mean, it also depends on the type of rocks that you like and the size of the rocks that you're buying. Right? Yeah. God, what is it called? Something Pedialyte. Anyway, I bought some expensive rocks. I owned quite expensive rocks. I had ones that had like phantom shine things in them. I had a couple of really huge amethysts that had like little pockets of water and stuff in them that like for some reason makes the rocks more expensive. Yeah, I gave my grandma one year for Christmas, I gave her like a $200 and something like amethyst geode thing. Just because I was like, oh, my grandma really likes amethyst and I have this really cool amethyst. So I just gave her the really cool amethyst. Do you hate money? Why do you like to waste it? I like having trinkets and stuff. I don't know. It makes me happy to see things that give me happy juices in my head hole, you know? Look, I have ADHD and it is rampant, okay? It's also why I just randomly have, I have a metal bee. I also have a metal rabbit. Both are gold. They're both just sitting here with me. Neither of them is on the wall where they should be. Bee. I just, because for a little bit I was really into like gold animal-shaped things. Thankfully, that period didn't last very long. That lasted about 3 weeks. But do I still have a good handful of random metal animal things? Yes. Yes, I do. Be like the bug. Yeah, I just have like a metal bee and it hangs on the wall. Yeah. No, it's not real gold. No, I don't. Look, that'd be crazy. Could you imagine I had enough money to like have like a fucking 5-pound like metal bee to hang on the wall? Just crazy. I feel like I underestimate your ADHD, so I still sometimes feel weird when you don't do the normal thing. Yeah. I mean, most of the time I have it decently in check in terms, like at least in terms of the spending bit, because I do like prepare making sure that I can't access all of my money and therefore overspend a ton, right? Like I have a whole bunch of different accounts. I make sure that like things go to places that they need to go. Like the most important things are obviously making sure I always have enough for like rent and bills and shit. And like I can more often than not catch myself and not spend this stupid amount of money by forcing myself to at least wait a couple of days, and then if I still really want it, then I can get it. Now we know why you're broke. I'm not that broke. I can feed myself. Did you buy those headphones? I did not. I was a good girl. Thank you very much. I was wonderful. I was under the impression most of your money was reserved for cute anime women. That is maybe an account in and of itself. It used to be the account where I would put money. It's my God, what is it called? What is the? It's essentially the one that I use for expendable savings. Right? I have a savings account, I have a spending account, and I have an expendable savings account. Which is, like, the account for things where, like, I'm not letting myself just spend it on, like, whatever I want, so it's not technically spending money, but it can go towards things that I need, like computer shit, or cute girls, or vacation, or things like that, you know, where you're saving money, but like it's meant to be spent, not to be saved in the long run. Does that make sense? Phantom, thank you for the broke fund soup. I appreciate it. But yeah, so like I have an account just for bills. I have an account just for rent. I have savings account, checkings account, which is essentially my spendings account. I have an account specifically for tax. So I put like 30% of anything I make online into the tax account so that I have enough when tax season rolls around, because obviously anything you make by yourself doesn't get tax taken out of it. So I need to make sure I have enough for that. And it's usually somewhere between 30 and 50%. So, you know. Unless you can write off a bunch of stuff, which, you know, at least I can write off my graphics card. Jelly Noel, thank you for the broke Pico tax. Yay! Yeah, Japan. Yeah, well, the Japan trip, all of that came out of the saving spendings, which is currently empty. That is currently an empty account that got emptied in Japan. Yeah, but that was like the account that came out of, sort of idea, you know? No, not at least 50. 3250. Not at least. That would be fucking crazy. No. Generally speaking, 30% is a nice, safe amount to put aside for taxes if you're self-employed. Yes. Phantom, thank you for the taxes on broke fund, super. No, the Japan trip isn't a write-off, sadly. That's not something I can do. Now, if I was still a cosplayer, and I went to Japan and I did a bunch of photo shoots there, then yes, you could actually write that off. that is actually something you can do, and it is something that other people I know still do. And it does make me go, well, I'm paying for this trip. But no, not anymore, because there are things I could write off. For example, if I took someone out to dinner and I kept that receipt, in theory, I could write that off. Did I actually keep any receipts? No. So like that kind of thing you can do. Or, you know, if you travel with people to an area within Japan, you would be able to write that off because, you know, you could make it a business expense. You're going to like meet people to discuss things, to market, whatever. Yeah, but I cannot just write off an entire trip anymore like I used to be able to. Not that I really went anywhere before. I only ever went to conventions, so that, you know, makes a lot of sense. But yeah, like I know a lot of people who recently have been to Japan that they're not like completely business expenses, but they get to write off a lot of things because they go particularly to make content, right? Like for example, if you guys know Stella Chu, she is an incredible cosplayer who is based in the States. She makes a lot of costumes for other people as well. Like she made a whole bunch of things for offline TV. She's made things for voice actors. She makes a lot of costumes for Baby No Money, stuff like that. She recently went to Japan, and she did a lot of photo shoots. She did a lot of video stuff, a lot of content while she was there. So I would be incredibly surprised if she didn't write off at least 75% of that trip, right? Because the majority of what she did there was included in work, right? That was like a lot of what she did, and it was things that she could only do in Japan. So in that way, it was an expense that she could very easily write off, right? Same thing if you go there and you're doing networking, or you're doing a lot of photo shoots in places you can only get in Japan. YouTube videos in places that you can only shoot in Japan, right? So if you were doing, for example, a YouTube video or a series that going into weird things that only exist in Japan, or mainly only exist in Japan, you know, like that's why a lot of people do things like going into like pod hotels, right? Because those were not really a thing anywhere else beforehand, or going to sex hotels. Haha. Well, let's go to the cool place. Ahahaha. Right? People doing like tourist videos. Like, here's the 5 places that you want to avoid, or the 5 places that you want to go to, or like, you know, whatever, things like that, that like really you could only do in a place where there's a lot of tourism like that. You know, your top 10 temples or whatever that you can't miss, that kind of shit, right? Or things like, there are very specific places for photo shoots in Japan. There are studios that are meant for cosplayers that are really cool. I've never been to one because I stopped cosplaying. I stopped cosplaying, but a lot of my friends have been to them. And you get a lot of really neat backdrops and things that you can't get in other places. So, congratulations. That portion of your trip is now write-off because you have spent the time and effort to get to this place that is very particular to what you do. And you've made content there. Top 10 healing rocks only found in Japan. Yeah, exactly. Can you make a I'm doing this just for the tax write-off content? I mean, if it's something that you already do, then technically, yes. Technically, if when I was in Japan, I made a whole bunch of videos about what I was doing in Japan, yes, I could have written it off. Or if I did a whole bunch of streams about Japan stuff while I was in Japan, then yes, technically I could have written it off. Did I want to do that, though? Not really. Yeah. I guess that's the difference. If I went and I did a whole bunch of video content, if I was a video content type of person, we had a cool aquarium date. Oh, I mean, technically I could write off the cost of the ticket for the aquarium. I guess. That is true. You are right. I could technically use that as a write-off. Except for the fact that you're not supposed to record in that aquarium. Shh, it's illegal content. Shh, don't tell them. Illegal aquarium date. Him before banned from Japan. No, I want to go back. Next time I go, I really want to do more like countryside stuff. Or like I want to go on a hike. Yeah. I watched it. So every now and again, I still get like Japan videos in my YouTube feed. So last night, I just had it like running through a whole bunch of different stuff because I didn't feel great. So I was like laying on the floor, reading some manga, and it was just like auto-playing random things on YouTube. And it went to an abroad in Japan, I think is the one, white guy who does stuff in Japan. Anyway, and it was a video of him doing a hike. From, I don't know, it was like a 3-day hike or something. And I sent it to extrovert friend, and I was like, the bitch in me thinks that this would be no problem. I could totally go for this walk. It's a fucking 3-day hike up multiple mountains. I could not do that. But I was like, I could totally do that. I could totally do that. And I said to her, and she was like, I'd be down. And I was like, I've made a terrible mistake. Oh God, I've made a terrible mistake. So apparently if we happen to go to Japan again next year, I now owe her a hike. Okay, but the little towns and stuff were really cool. The fact that everyone was wearing bear bells so they didn't get mauled by bears, and that there were in fact multiple bear attacks on that path in this year, probably not great. The towns were really pretty though. The towns were pretty, and I do like walking. I don't know if I'm gonna want to walk through a forest. I do realize as well now that there's probably a bunch of spiders and shit too, which I will like far less. And there's also probably no Wi-Fi in the mountains. But I'm sure it's fine, and like I don't have to worry about it for like a year. So, and maybe we don't even go to Japan next year. Right? Maybe I'm fine. Yeah. I'm sure it's fine. And I walked 500 miles, and then I walked 500 more up the mountain. Now we go while trying to avoid all of the bears. Coughing sucks because it makes your head hurt. Anyway. Would you move to Japan if you had the money? I mean, technically living in Japan is well cheaper than living where I currently live. The problem is a lot of other things. A, getting a visa. Right? B, getting my bunnies over. C, getting a job. Because it doesn't matter how cheap the cost of living is, if you fucking can't pay rent, you can't pay rent, you know? And I did look at visas again recently, I'm not gonna lie. And one of the types of visas, because I was like, oh look, this one is just for like visa for like vacationing and like leisurely entry. For this visa, you need to have the equivalent of about 250,000 Canadian dollars in your savings account. Like available to spend. Who the fuck has $250,000 available in their savings account? What the hell? Mira. Welcome on in, Mira and Raiders. Hello. We're talking about random bullshit. Hello, welcome. Wife reunion. I love my clown wife. You are correct. Oh my god, she's blowing kisses at me. But she's kissing the wrong way. Wait, turn around, Mira. Turn around. I'm over here. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. What am I kidding? I know you had a wonderful time. You were with Mira. I hope you guys have been having an absolutely wonderful time with Mira. She only recently debuted, and she is just a wonderful joy. She does a lot of fun and offbeat content. Very, very fun. She recently also did like a tier list of Smexy time readings. of which I looked at and I was like, that does be interesting. I don't really understand it, but why I don't know why anyone wants to fuck the pillow, but I guess they do. They want to fuck the pillow. Adult fantasy novels, yes, that one. Mia, I love you. What do you mean? What does that mean? Am I wrong? She also recently did a hand cam where she made balloon animals. Wonderful. Wonderful. I love Mia so much. You two should do a tag list. I think between the two of us, most things would probably be covered. So I don't think that is a necessary thing to do, honestly. Sometimes the sentient objects have riz. Like, you know, honestly, they probably have more than me, so that's totally expectable. And a meat friend, yes, making herself a new meat best friend, absolutely. 100%. A no thanks tag list. I feel like that would be a much faster way to go through it for surezies. For surezies. You miss me, child. Yeah. There's a whole dating game about... Yes, there is a game about dating inanimate objects, and Jello Noel will forever... forever be sad that I did not play more of that on stream. I have been thinking about it. I'm like, maybe do I try to just... Maybe I make a video series about it instead or something? I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. Never let her meet Daya. I think that they would get along wonderfully. Yes. Fucking Yuzuru. I can just make this a yapping stream today, okay? I can just make this a yapping stream. Thank you very much. Oh no, my headache. It's gotten worse. I have to end stream. Cough, cough. They would bond over love for meat. Yeah, we've talked about Daya recently as well. She made a bologna, like, meat blanket the other day. Also very fun. Also very fun. Everyone just lost the game. To be fair, I consistently think about the game. At this point in my life, I don't even have a month-long streak of the amount of people who are like, you just lost the game. Yep. You know what else I've done? Brushed my teeth today. Oh, fuck. Like, at this point, it's just a daily thing. I swear to fucking God. Maybe that's just my For You page. Maybe everyone else had a really good streak. No, that's a lie. This happens multiple times. Just here. So. I had 5 years on that game, and since I started watching streams, I can't even get more than a couple months. Yeah, that sounds about right. I had like, I want to say I had like a good like 10 years at one point. Cause like, that was a huge thing, what, in like middle school, I want to say? Right? Like middle school-ish? I can't remember exactly when, but you know, when we were little. And then like, I didn't really think about it until I started streaming. Yeah, now I think it's my algorithm. I think my For You page just likes to laugh at me, honestly. It just likes to mock me. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. It was a thing for me in high school. Was it high school? Maybe. Now it's a millennial and Gen Z joke thing. I don't know a ton of Gen Z who know about the game, because a lot of them, I mean, if they had older siblings, then they probably do. But my 20-year streak or whatever just got wrecked. Oof. Ripping pepperoni. Because, like, I'm trying to think. I don't even know if Artist Friend... Because Artist Friend is Gen Z, I'm pretty sure. I don't think that she knows what the game is. I was gonna say that she's the youngest friend I have. That is untrue. I think that's Tori. I think Tori is the youngest friend I have now. Does Tori know what the game is? What is the game? Oh, okay. So the game is... No, you're winning the game if you forget about the game. So the whole point of it is that if you think about the fact that you're playing the game, in quotation marks, you are now losing the game. And if you're winning the game, it means that you've forgotten that it exists altogether. If you think about it, you've lost the game. And the rule is that when you've lost the game, you have to say it out loud. You have to tell people that you have lost the game. And that in turn makes them lose the game. So it is also a game in making people hate each other. Yeah, it's kind of like manual breathing, yes. So as soon as you think about it, you lose. And for some reason, this was like a really popular thing that went around for a hot second when the internet first came into being. What if you start telling people you won the game? Well, you can't tell people that you've won the game because as soon as you think you're winning the game, you've now thought about the game. So therefore, you are losing the game. Yeah. Does you explaining the game to me make me lose the game? Yes, because now you remember that you were playing the game. You are conscious of the game. You understand that it exists. Therefore, you are losing. Desert Pong, thank you. Thank you for the super rock guitar intro. It's time to play the game. Yep, it predates the internet. I wouldn't be surprised, but the internet is what allowed it to spread, right? As much as it did. Because beforehand, you might have had pockets in different areas where people knew about the game, but it wouldn't be super, like, well known. You know, it's been around since at least the mid-90s. I need to look this up. When did the game start? Wow, it's well before the 90s. The original version, okay, so it is derived from another mental game called Finchley Central, which was originally created in 1976, which was a game about ironic processing where you attempt to avoid certain thoughts or make things more common or persistent than they would be at random. How it became simplified into the game is unknown. The hypothesis is that once it spread outside of the greater London area, people who were less familiar with London stations just changed the name of it. LoseTheGame.net was the website where it became really well known. The first reference to the game is a blog post from 2002. So yes, well into the internet existence. The author states they found out about it online 6 months ago. Okay, so yeah, it has existed for a hot second, but it became a lot more popularized. Let's say late 90s, early 2000s. Horror-y, kinda. Yeah, there's a section for possible endings. The common rules do not define a point in which the game ends. However, some players state that the game ends when the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom announces on television that the game is up. Okay. The March 3rd, 2008 edition of the webcomic XKCD declares its reader the winner of the game, and therefore free from the game's mind virus. There are ways to break the logical cycle of the game. For example, the rules of the game stipulate some variation of the general principle that everyone is playing it. But if someone decides not to play, there is no reason for them to obey the rule, and therefore they are no longer playing. But technically, they've still thought about it, and therefore know about its existence, and therefore can lose whenever they think about it again. The game has been described as challenging and fun to play. Who the fuck described it as that? as well as pointless, childish, and infuriating. Yeah, that sounds about right. In some internet forums and several schools, the game has been banned. Wonderful. I love that. I love that. In what world can you get the game? Oh, must have been like someone in the middle of class like stood up and like yelled like, I lost the game. I could see why that would get it banned, yeah. The internet is a deadly game. It probably started fights. Ooh, yeah, you know, I could see that too, right? Someone taking it way too seriously, and then they end up, oh, yeah, I could see that. I could see that for sure, Z's. Wouldn't someone who dies and doesn't think about the game at death win the game? Yes. But no one would know that you've won the game. Banning it made everyone lose. Yes, especially if they made an announcement. Could you imagine? That'd be fucking terrible. ARGs, man. Wonderful. Teachers didn't want to... Yeah, it's actually like secretly the teachers were playing and they were like, fuck these fucking children. Because, you know, sometimes things slip adults' minds because they have so much more important things to focus on. And they were like, oh my god, I had such a good streak and this little fucking shit. Suddenly the whole school screaming, I lost the game. Yeah. Oh, terrible. Nowadays, it really wouldn't be a problem because, like I said, I would be very surprised to find, even if there were a lot of Gen Z who were, like, into the game or knew a lot about it. Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Because like I said, I don't know if Tori knows what the game is. And I don't even know if Artist Friend knows what the game is. And I feel like they're like the two ends of... Like, they're the two ends of like... I mean, Tori's not super young for Gen Z, I suppose. How old are people in Gen Z? How old are people in Gen Z? Gen Z includes those born from 97 to 2012. So they're between 13 and 28. Okay, so Tori's in the middle-ish. Okay, yeah. So Artist Friend and to some extent Extrovert Friend, I guess. Extrovert Friend is somewhere between a Gen Z and a millennial. She's one of those. Artist Friend is, yeah, on the like oldest side of Gen Z. And Tori is somewhere in the middle, I suppose. And then there's the fucking children. See, yeah, like I said, I don't even think Tori really knows about it, let alone like the fucking 13-year-olds. That's crazy. And now there's Gen Alpha. Does that mean the next gen is gonna be Gen Beta? Have a good night, Waverly. Have a good night. Have a good night. Teacher, the game we can on Thursday. We're playing more Abiotic Factor. Gen Beta actually started this year. Really? Gen Beta is the demographic cohort between 2025 and 2039. Yes, so the very first betas were born this year, apparently. Is the proposed name for the demographic cohort succeeding Gen Alpha? Wow. So then I guess, are we just going to go through the alphabet again? Is that what's happening here? Which, very weird. Because, like, generations were not necessarily named after letters, right? Like, we had boomers and the silent generation and, like, Gen X was its own thing. And then, like, millennials came after, so there was no, like, we were not a letter. But then Gen Z came back as a letter. And then suddenly they were just like, oh, we're just gonna name it all letters, you know? The Z's the end, so A is next, but we don't want to call them Gen A, so we'll use like Alpha. And so now they're like, oh, Alpha and Beta, and I guess Gamma would be next, right? Or is it just gonna, are we just gonna name them all Greek letters now? Is that how this works? Thank you for the hydrate. When does Gen Omega come? Hot fucking second down the line. All the alphas will be dead before the omegas come. It would be Gen Heart Gold Soul Silver. No, but that's the thing. Millennials are Gen Y, but no one fucking calls us Gen Y. Right? If anything, if they really wanted to start it with Y, they could call us like Gen Y2K, I guess. But like no one calls us that. Right? What about Gen U? No, well, let's just call them the ultimate generation. There we go. More like Gen Y. Yep. Why am I here? Why are you like this? Why am I like this? Yep. But like, you know, it's really interesting that they changed the naming of the generations. They just were like, ah, yes, it's time to use the Greek alphabet. Fuck coming up with names. We don't want to do that anymore. Which, honestly, probably a good idea. Because, like, young people, in quotation marks, myself included, should not be allowed to name things. Because I was about to be like, you know, recently we named something Bodie McBoatface. That was not recent. That was a hot fucking second ago. How long ago was that? That was in 2016. That was 9 years ago. Okay, anyway, relatively recently we called something Bodie McBoatface. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's good. It's all good. It's not a terrible name. It's a wonderful name. It's a wonderful name. But yeah, they, you know, there's certain things that we should just not be trusted to name. Actually, I foresee a future where we'll start generation names after company. I mean, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. Not Generation Nintendo. I feel like if there was a Generation Nintendo, it would have already happened, right? I feel like the people who are the most into, like, Pokemon, for example, are millennials. Right? I would consider that hugely Nintendo. Like, I don't know about you guys. Nintendo was a huge part of my childhood, right? Gen Sony. But that's just console wars. That's just console wars. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Gen Sega. There are other companies? No, I don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, if we're going after companies, though, could we have, like, a Gen Hololive? Anyone born between Hololive's creation and modern day. No. Boo, boo. And then you have subgens, and the subgens are just based on, like, when people were, like, the most when they hit, like, peak popularity when you were born, you know? Sponsored. Generation sponsored by Genshin Impact. Thank you for the posture check. Speaking of shinies, No one said anything about shinies, but Yuzuru was talking about a Miku-colored Mega Lucario. Whichever one of you bitches left their fucking shiny Psyduck on my fucking island beside my fucking house. I logged in to do dailies today for like half an hour, and I got there and I was like, this is wonderful. Oh my god, this is... And then I tried to catch him and it was like, Psyduck is not a wild Pokemon. I will find you. I need you to understand that. I don't know how they did it. I do know that there is a block, like a pasture block, and if you put Pokemon in it, they wander the area. So I'm near certain that someone put a pasture block under the ground somewhere so that it can wander the general area around my fucking waystone. I was so excited. Okay, Psyduck is not like up in my top 10 Pokemon. I do really like Psyduck. I feel a kinship with Psyduck. Why? Man's head always hurts. My head also always hurts. He's like, I'm like, he's like, oh, sigh, and I'm like, I understand, I get it. The world sucks and you're just confused. Yep. Same. So, you know, I've had shirts with Psyduck on them before. I've had phone cases with Psyduck on them before. You know? He's just a poor, in pain, confused little guy. And I do love him. So I was really excited. I was like, oh, I love Psyduck. Motherfucker. Did you also get into Digimon? To some extent. I wasn't as into Digimon as I was into Pokemon. But I did have the entire... I wouldn't even say first season. The entire time that they had the same, like, original cast, I had that entire thing on bootleg DVD. That I bought in... I bought it in... Where was I? I think I bought it in China, which honestly shouldn't surprise anyone. Anyway, it was just a real, like, a fucking fat-ass binder that just had a whole bunch of DVDs in it. And each one had a whole bunch of episodes on it. And each of the DVDs had, like, pretty pictures and stuff. Yeah, it was bootleg DVD from Asia. My brain wants to say it was in China that I got it on a site that came from China. Anyway, yes. And so I got every single episode. In my day, we recorded every episode on our VCR. We were not allowed to record shit. Thank you very much. Did we have a VCR? Yes. Did it have a record function? No. No. I did watch it on Saturday mornings and stuff, though. But, yeah. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, I want that one. And I bought it. Was it Chinese dub? I want to say no, it was in English because I would have been decently young. I don't know if I would have been into subs. Also, I don't know if I knew what subs were at that point. Because when I watched Digimon originally, I don't think I understood that it was anime. I just knew it was a cartoon and I liked it. You know? But honestly, it very well could have just had subs, and I probably would have been fine with it because I've always been a fast reader. So I don't see it having probably been all that much of an issue. Yeah. I do know that we had the Digimon movie, though, and we had that one legally. The Digimon movie was so good. It was essentially like, it had like, anyone looking from the outside probably thought it was really confusing because it had multiple parts that seemed to be like multiple movies, but it was just one really big interconnected storyline. Very fun. Kids in America, yes. That song still is, that is just attached to Digimon for me. Yeah, anytime I hear someone like reminding someone to do something that they saw at the beginning of something, my brain is immediately like, go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. There were multiple movies, OVAs that got stitched together, though. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like it was like confusing because there were breaks and stuff, but it does have a through line. They got stitched together, but there is like a vague, but it's a through line, right? Why? Because Digimon is an interconnected universe in the very fucking first place, and does anything really make sense when you're in a different digital world? One of the very first isekais to be popularized worldwide. Digimon. Do you still hate isekais? Pretty scary isekai too, not gonna lie. Yeah, there were some fucking moments, man. There's some fucking moments. I think especially because, like, nowadays we think isekai, we think like usually it's like at least a teenager, but very often like a fully grown adult. And Digimon, it was like, here's some fucking children just being dropped into a world where there are no people. There are no humans or human-like species. There is just monsters. Now, some of them are cute, some of them are vaguely humanoid, but children had to use survival skills to get food. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is the start of stream. Well, not quite the start. We're about an hour and 40 minutes in, which tells me that I should probably fucking start the game, because I told myself this would be a shorter stream because I am in fact still sick. But it is what it is, you know? You rented the Digimon movie from Blockbuster so many times. It was like one of the 5 movies that I have fucking owned in my entire life. Game? Yes. Some of them have more real Rule 34 than the literal succubus image. Yeah. There's a song by a similar name that I'm currently trying to learn. It can be a short stream if it just ends with the yap. I need you to understand that I caused myself so much pain yesterday trying to level up my fucking Pokemon. One of these fuckers was level 65. I had to get it to level 105. I'm going to play this fucking game so that I never have to look at it ever again. What's the max level? I have no idea. Not about to fucking test it in this game. You can play it tomorrow. You just want to punish. You just want to punish Yuzuru. I see how it is. I understand now. Who wants to tell her it doesn't end with... What do you mean it doesn't end with the Elite Four? That's where Pokemon games end. Fuck. They don't really, at least not the good ones. The old school ones do. You beat the Elite Four. Congratulations. You're done the game. Well, you're done the game, or they just give you the old game. You're done? Wow. Here's the region from the last fucking game. Go over there and play some more. Pokemon Silver and Gold was a gift. Yeah. Good old Johto. Absolutely. That part was incredible, right? You thought you were done the game and you're actually only fucking halfway through. I agree. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, we will start the game though. Even if I thought we were Pokemon Insurgents. Alright, let me get this game up on this screen somehow. I don't remember if it took the real... Does it take the capture? Does it like the capture? No, it does not like the normal game capture. Okay, so we have to use the game when game doesn't want to load. Ah, yes, that is automatically set to Pokemon Insurgents. Okay. Understood. Okay, you know, let's put it there. And we'll put me here? Is this fine? Well, first things first, we turn this off. Bow, bow, bow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. See you, Martin. Have a good one. Ah. I am full of phlegm. Gross. Ooh, that means... Wait, I can have chat on the same window. Haha, this is wonderful. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. All right. Hello? Meow. Okay, what was I supposed to do? Up here? Hey, get over here. Fuck you. Would you like to challenge the Pokemon League? Yes. You can use items, but you will be in... What set mode? What's set mode? Do I heal between... Maybe not. Okay. Oh look, it's a Georgina. There seems to be something beneath it. Can't switch out before the opponent switches in. Ah. The Statue of Darkrai. Ice. Alright, Waxy, it's your turn. Greetings. The slow snowfall gives a tranquil feeling, does it not? It's quiet and serene, but in the heat of battle, it hardens to a cold, destructive hail. My name is Yuki. Pekoe is it. I've been training for years with my Pokemon. I'd wish you luck, but I don't want to waste my breath. Fuck you, bitch! Die. Die more. Ah! No, not me. Well, they're all gonna be level 106. That didn't work well. Dragon Pulse, good girl. Nice. Good job. Good murder. Yeah, the Elite Four matching your highest level Pokemon is why I had to spend hours yesterday leveling up my fucking Pokemon. Because Boobay, who is my starter, who is wonderful, was level 105. Not great for me. What do you mean Mamoswine was revived? What the fuck? This feels incredibly rude. Can we get max revives? I don't know. Honestly, I didn't go to the store before this. You're an ice type. You'll be fine, right? Cross job. I said you'll be fine, right? Thank you. Why the fuck do you have a ship? Ice type my ass. What? Sure, whatever. Fucking hydro pump. Yeah, that's right. Suck a nut. Never mind, my fucking armpit apparently cannot use hydro pump. Full restore. Stop it! Oh god, thank you. You lived through one fucking attack, because that's really what I was worried about. I was like, the fucking grass type bitch is just gonna have a real bad time here. This fucking, yeah. That's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. All right. Moon blast him. But first, get lobotomized. We believe. Do not earthquake me. Thank you. Live, laugh, lobotomy. Jesus Christ, I've only killed 2. I thought I killed more than that. Ooh. Well, we're dead. Oh, who's faster? Them. Of course, them. Power leveling doesn't matter because they're just the same level as us. You know, I do... Can we buy max revives? Do you sell things to me? They sell repels. They do not sell us max revives. Whereas they have max revives. They're probably max EVs as well. I don't want to train EVs. No. Okay, wait. I should buy some normal revives, though. Okay, so when we get to Phantom, then we EV train. I don't want to EV train right now. That's more off-camera work. All your Pokemon were bred and EV trained. But I don't want to. I don't wanna. Breed maxing. No. This is water? This looks like water. Wait. What do you look like? Water? No, this is Trick Room. Fuck. I speak for the mystic mind and the demon inside. Fuck you! Yeah, I'm gonna need to rewrite that. God, that was pretentious. I need a new introduction speech. Sorry for putting you through that. Anyway, the name's London. Pleased to meet ya. Let's get this show on the road. My Trick Room team will stop you in your tracks. Ah. That man is psychic? Ah, yes, of course. Your ridiculous sight. Of course that's the first thing you're gonna use. Oh my god. That man is so much more terrifying like that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Huh. I'm not even gonna hit him. Oh, I am gonna hit him. Lovely. That didn't do fuck all. Great, love that. Love that. Fuck you, bitch. It's fine. Dragon? Ow, why the fuck do you hurt so much? Alright. I don't like this. They all hurt like trucks. Ominous wind? It didn't really seem super effective, I'm not gonna lie. Fuck you. I had that. Conkeldurr. Hydro pump the Conkeldurr. That didn't do much. This is fine. This is fine. Hydro Pump the Conkeldurr! Stop poison jabbing me. Nice. Good job, Waki. We killed one. Hydro Pump the Marowak! No! Fuck you and your max revive! This is illegal! Why do they get max revives? Recover. No! It's my last. Ah! I don't like you. Yay! Uh-oh, they're gonna level up. That's not good. Okay. What? The fuck? Oh, fucking no, psychic or some shit. Please. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. No! Why did you go first this time? Why? Stupid. No. We're gonna lose again. We're gonna lose again. I don't like that. Is it my own fault for mainly just having ghost-type Pokemon? Probably. Am I going to ignore that fact and keep going? Yes. Rocks. Okay, my goal is just to beat one of them. Please. Hippomon. Oh, that's all? Uh-oh. Ah! Tyranitar. Rocks, rocks, rocks. No! Rocks. 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 You're not a good girl. What do you mean you're attacking me? Sure. Sure. You'll hit him this time, right? Not that it fucking matters! You're not... I don't know, fucking psychic. Oh look, Tyranitar is back. Fucking Moonblast. Oh, Hippodin's back. Stupid ass fucking Max revives. Die, 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 die. Die. Fuck ass. Fuck ass. Bandito motherfucker. Fuck you. No! It doesn't affect what? Fuck you and fuck your sucker punch. Fuck. No, can you turn not... Ah, fuck. Shadow Ball. Bitch. Oh, a washing machine. No, no, he's a water ghost bitch. Ah, fuck. Waki. It's your turn as a fellow water ghost bitch. Oh, that did not do shit all. Lovely. Lovely. Wonderful. Electric water. Of course. Of course. How could I forget? How could I forget? Oh, thank God. Alright. I just heard a strange noise from my living room. Bunnies have once again found something that they're probably not supposed to have, it sounds like. That's fine. I'm sure they'll figure it out. Rotom is disabled, no more. It doesn't fucking matter. Take more sludge to the face, you stupid washing machine. Nice. Excadrill. Water this. Water this. Water this man. 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 No. Seed bomb this man, please. Please. That works. I did not buy enough revives for this. The door is locked. Well, I guess... let's just go with these ones. You used your last revive. No way, really? Okay. 99 and 99. I'm Caleb, the Elite Four. I specialize in hard work and harmony. Oh god, are they normal types? What's wrong with her? I think she might have a black eye. Oh. Oh, Oh. I mean, it was over already, but... Ah! course it missed. Alright, fuck it, whatever. We're gonna die anyway. What? Sure. Yes. Of course. Yeah. It's not very effective. Of course. Yes. Wonderful. What? Wonderful. Alright, let's go once again, I guess. I feel like I just need to get not ghost Pokemon. But I don't want to get not ghost Pokemon. Oh, but I might need to. I have team variety. There's ghost grass, ghost water, ghost fire. That's so many types of ghost. Right? I mean, technically, there's tons of variety. Fuck you and your full restore. But go for minus the ghost part, but I like the ghost part. I want to stop. No! Okay, he's used 2 full restores. I think someone said he has 5. I'm gonna have to get... Yeah, I'm gonna be fucking out of seed bones by the end of this. Ah! Wonder if any of them get taunt or knockoff? Maybe. I don't know. Shadow Ball! No, fuck me. That didn't do very well for me now, did it? Peeper. You did research? Can you tell I didn't? Not very effective, my ass. Hippodon. Hippodon. Thank you for the hydrate. Okay. Flame burst. La la la. La 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 la. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oopsies. Yeah, that works for me. Rotom. Why? Oh. Okay, full heal. Nope, not full heal. Full restore. Okay. No, why did I do that? Doesn't matter, he was King Shield anyway. Okay. Money water. Fucking missed? Thank you. Fucking water it, thank you. Wonderful. Bitch. 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 Nice. Oh, she didn't die. Fuck, she didn't die. Oops. One to you, one to you. Good girl is still burned, so we need burn heal. And then potions. Oh look, rare candy. Sure. Is there anyone that's only down by like 100? No. Rotom is just motor spelled backwards at 6 a.m. Yes. Okay, what do we want to do here? Do we think we can take them out with Boobay really early on, maybe? Probably not. Maybe? If we lobotomize early enough. Fuck me! Why? What the fuck? Wonderful. Wonderful. Perfect. Hello, welcome to my hell. Fire. I need fire. No! Fuck! I don't... Oh, no. I can't even send out good girl. Toilet paper it is. I know that's not your name, but it is now. Fuck. I have nothing. I have nothing. Here's me like, oh, I wonder if we can just kill the Smeargle fastly. Yeah, I wonder if we can just kill the Smeargle fastly. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if we can just kill the Smeargle fastly. Yeah, I don't know why I tried that. Okay, well, it does seem like I need a new set of Pokemon because... Yeah, I have a type, and that type is Ghost. So, half of my team is Ghost. This is on my team just because we needed some variation. I don't really know much about that. I don't want to swap the whole roster, but I do need to find new Pokemon. Okay. Okay. So I do have... Gardevoir. We have a normal fucking fire type. I don't want another dragon. Like... I got a little fucker. Gardevoir is a must. Is there a reason Gardevoir is a must? Got a bunch of these motherfuckers. No, just hot. Great. I think that's all the Pokemon I've got. Because if you notice, I generally only want to catch ghost Pokemon. This turns into a ghost Pokemon. Is a very little guy heavy box. Yeah, that's... I essentially... I need you to understand. This looks very similar to my current Cobblemon team, too. I've got a Venusaur. I've got a Chandelure. I've got a Goodra. Haven't gotten one of these motherfuckers just because I don't know if they're good outside of water. Cobblemon. I have a Dragapult instead of a Peeper. Yeah, I like ghost type Pokemon. Oh, I have got a Mimikyu as well, because of course I do. Yeah, my type is ghost, which I suppose in this one particular situation is not ending well for me in particular. Do they have does the Elite Four in this game have an upper level cap? Could I just out level them? Is that a thing? Taunt. 120 is max level for you and D4. Damn. Is there second type you like? Second favorite? Grass? Dragon Pulse. Should I give Gumi more dragon types? Earthquake. I mean, Earthquake might be good. Reno Shock. Captivate. Confined. Your Dragonite, and he was almost perfect. Yeah. Did you breed for IVs? Calls forth the unknown parts of the universe in one attack. Yes, of course. The cheese is the fact that he just bred Pokemon. Okay, I don't have taunt or anything that could be useful in that extent. I mean, I could breed Pokemon. I've got a Ditto. What gender is my Ditto? No, of course not. Why did I question what gender my Ditto is? It's a Ditto. Anyway, yeah, no, I know that, Phantom. I'm just stupid, okay? Anyway, it's a blob. It has no genitals. Anyway, Ditto is just a mistaken science experiment. It's fine. I could put Ditto in a box with some Pokemon. I feel like that Ditto probably has shit stats. Got 31. I mean, this is a pretty good Goomy. Oh, Goodra. It's pretty good. It just has shit-ass speed and shit-ass defense. Which, yeah, not great, honestly. Having a shit-ass special defense is probably not great. But we could just do that? Okay, wait. Well, it has better speed than the Goodra does. The worst Ditto you've... He's doing his best, okay? I did drink from the Hydrate Redeem. Fuck you. Okay, where's the breeding man? What place do I go to make my Pokemon fuck? Pokemon Insurgence breeding. Nope, that didn't tell me where to do it. The one with the eggs on the building. Is that what the 3 green circles are? Mechi Town. Thank you for the posture check. La la la. Yes. Please raise my good girl. It's time to withdraw the world's worst Ditto. Hello. Yes. Please raise the world's worst Ditto. Okay, you know what? Okay. Pokemon Insurgents, where to catch Ditto. In the Crossroads area. Or in Holland Lake. Holland Lake or Crossroads. I do not know where either of those areas are. I won't lie. Is this the lake? Gaia Town. Amphrite City. Utira Town. Sonata City. Nazca Town. Celine City. You know, I have this weird feeling like I am never going to find another Ditto because I don't see either of the places it wants me to go. Oh, hey, this is where I first got that. All right, understandable. What are your IVs? Not terrible. You just exist. La 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 la. Bow, bow, bow. Shivy, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Wait, where's my... Haha. Welcome, welcome on in, Jelanoa. Thank you for the gifted membership. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I don't want to run around and wait till they fuck. Have they fucked yet? Ah. So maybe we just pretend that maybe we just pretend that we started playing this game and actually finished it. Crazy, crazy. Maybe it enters a pile. Very rare and esteemed pile where not many things have gone. Maybe it ends up in an exclusive club. Crazy. Oh, like did everything? Yeah. A very exclusive club of unfinished games. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of assumed it would be like a normal fucking Pokemon Elite Four where you go in, beat the shit out of the Elite Four, question why they lost to a 10-year-old. Is there a reason you're avoiding the hideout? What do you mean? Because that's not really going to help me in this situation. Because that's how I leveled my Pokemon. But the problem is the Elite Four matches your Pokemon levels. So that doesn't really help me. They're never gonna fuck. Yeah, all of my Pokemon are currently the same level because the Elite Four matches the highest level Pokemon that you have. So... I thought we were just gonna beat the Elite Four and save the world. We already beat God! We beat God! Why are we here? Why are the Elite Four stronger than God? That's actually crazy. Why are they stronger than God? Oh my god, egg. Yes, I want egg. Thank you for egg. I can't wait for this to have the worst IVs you've ever seen. Kind of like that fucking ditto. What am I hoping for? What I'm hoping for is that it magically has all the good IVs of my Goodra and then the good IV from Ditto. I'm hoping it just magically gains the one good stat that that Ditto had, which is special defense. Which happens to be one of the worst things that Goodra had. So... What do you mean 0 out of 6 incoming? No, that can't be correct. Thank you for the posture check. Egg. Egg. I don't want to use a fire type. I mean, technically there is a fire type on my team. Oops. Seed flare. Whee! Rest. Whee! I mean... You know, I just need something to poison. It may poison. I need something that will poison. Ooh, this one. Oh, it may also. I need one that will definitely poison them. Yes! That's the one I'm looking for. Oh, I don't have Goodra with me. I'll give that to Goodra later. I've got rest now. This is perfect. That's what I was looking for. Yippee, toxic. Egg? Pause it. I would like a good girl, please. And then give that to a girl. Yes. And then we've got rest now. Where is that? There. We teach rest to good girl. Where is the taxi? Where is the taxi? Where is the taxi man? How do I leave this place? There's no taxi man here, is there? This is too early. No. Is it? Do I have to run to the next place? Does Suntouch City have taxi man? Am I just stupid? Maybe I'm just stupid. Why? Wee. Fuck you. Oh, what's this? Tesseract. Is that not the one it was supposed to be? I thought it was, wasn't it? An item appeared from the past. Oh, okay. A septolite. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. I have an absolite, a septolite, a shiftrite, houndumite, glalite, mawolite, and tyrannotorite. Where's... I guess they are in here. I guess they're not in here. Oh, it is in here. I'm just stupid. There it is. Ooh. Bonk. Struggle bug. Lovely. Pokemon subway station is currently cordoned off. There's gotta be... Oh, taxi man. Yes! Yes. I would like to go back to the Elite Four. Not for any actual purpose. I'm going to lose. I would like to pretend that I'm pissing them off. See, the problem is she's... My Goodra doesn't have very good defense. If she did, then we would be fine. For exactly what I'm currently planning on doing. Now, the problem is because she doesn't have very good defense, this probably isn't going to work at all. Alright, okay, this one was ice. I didn't want to be in here, but sure. Click, 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 click. Ah! I didn't even get to do it! I hate it here. I hate it here. wanted to do was rain dance and talk sick and rest and then immediately stop sleeping. Because I have the magic in me. Thank you for the hydrate. Wait, how did you redeem hydrate so quickly after the hydrate? What? Oh, no, it just showed up twice on my screen for some reason. No, it just showed Phantom giving me 2 hydrates, and then the hydrate turned into 1 hydrate. It was not actually 2 hydrates. Because they pop up on my screen to remind me. No, they're in my combined chat thing. Just sometimes it's stupid. Alright, well... Yeah, no, it looked like he just sent me 2 hydrates really, really quickly. No. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they level up. I'm not fucking doing this again. Kill me faster! Fucking Chandelure. Kill me faster. Kill me faster. If you want an IV train, it might be easier to farm IV stones. No. That sounds terrible. See, if this was in the middle of us playing this game, and there was still a lot of storyline left, and I was like, ooh, yeah, I want to do the thing so we can beat God. And you guys were like, you should do this thing to make it easier for yourself. I would be like, yes, okay, that sounds great. But we've already beat God. I don't really care about the Elite Four. I honestly just kind of thought that it was gonna be like a perfunctory, oops, we didn't finish the game. So let's finish the game technically. But it turns out that, yeah, apparently the Elite Four are stronger than God. Because everyone else in the universe had just... everyone else was just absolutely pounded by the boobays, you know? Like, the boobays were top of the food chain. Nothing could possibly... We need to save our bad friend still. No, we don't. He's just an amalgam now. It's fine. If the E4 is stronger than God, why don't they solve all our problems? Yeah, I know, right? We beat the apparent strongest trainer. We beat multiple cult leaders. We beat God. And then there's these 4 just fucking chilling out here. Like, why? 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 All right. I'm done with that. I can't deal. I can't. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why? Why are they stronger than God? Why are they stronger than the apparent strongest trainer in the region who was supposed to protect everybody? Why are they stronger than the cultists who were strong enough to destroy the entire world? Why are they stronger than God? What? That doesn't doesn't make sense. Literally the strongest trainers from previous games. There were multiple together, trying as hard as they could to stop this terrible god from regaining this one particular item, and they couldn't do it. So I think what this game is trying to tell us is that every single incredibly strong Pokemon trainer from every region, they're actually just pussy-ass bitches. And even though we're stronger than them as a child, we also are a pussy-ass bitch. We just happen to be stronger than the little shits from other places. But in our own area, we're not actually that strong. It turns out that our area, our region, just, you know, it spawns the strongest people, and that's why each area is so insular, because otherwise bad things happen. Yeah. There's always a bigger fish. Then God? Big fish in a pond. God's a yeah, I suppose so. I suppose God was this smallest fish all along. I don't think God was the smallest fish, given that they were like, oh my god, all of these incredibly strong trainers from other regions. Oh, they're trying so hard to look after this one fucking item and blah 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 blah. You know? It is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. God's a big fish, but it'll still bite the bait on a fisherman's hook. Does that make us the fishermen? Or are we just the bait and the Elite Four, the fishermen? Thank you for the hydrate. And then you know that the Elite Four is actually just babying you because they have the same Pokemon all the way up to max level. Which also doesn't make sense. Why don't they have statically leveled Pokemon? They just have Pokemon in the back room, one for each level, and then what happens if their Pokemon, like, they faint the Pokemon coming in and they level up? Wow, congratulations. That one goes in the garbage now because they already have a Pokemon at level 107. Hate that. PC boxes are full of the same 6 Pokemon, right? Right? It doesn't make any sense. Just let me level to the max and murder everyone with my boobay. See, the one problem that I always have, even though I love starter Pokemon, don't get me wrong, is that a lot of the times when you get starters, they're not gonna have like wonderfully fantastic IVs. Now, I've only done a whole bunch of breeding and like to get IVs and shinies, and then done a bunch of EV training. Back when there was a short period of time where I was like, I'm gonna do this competitively, and I did for a very short period of time. That was the only time in my life where I did like breeding and running in circles and trying to min-max shit. Okay. I don't want to do that to try to beat the Elite Four. I don't care. The story is essentially over. The only loose end is that there may or may not be some people that are still amalgamated with Pokemon. But that's fine. I'm just gonna assume that we fixed it because we beat God. So obviously, we wouldn't have any other problems. Mm-hmm. Yes. So it's fine. It's fine. Everything is A-okay. And if there's any problems, we don't need to deal with it. The Elite Four can deal with it. We're a kid. We're just some weird fucking child. Maybe we were a cult leader in another life. Maybe our mom was a cult leader and we were kidnapped. I'll never know. But guess what? I don't fucking care enough to try to beat these motherfuckers. If you're gonna make me breed Pokemon to min-max IVs, I no longer care about beating your one-player game. But what about the lore, the story? I can look that up. I can read that in a novel form. Thank you very much. I am perfectly happy reading a story through words. I like words. I read stories all the time. It's my preferred medium, actually. I like words. I am perfectly happy just to look that shit up. See, if I could just magically skip... Wait. Is there a way to cheat IVs in Pokemon Insurgents? No, I don't want an in-game item called an IV stone. Is there a way to enter cheats in Pokemon Insurgents? Okay, there is a cheats thing. Why do I don't want the Mega Death what? Why are you giving me? I want Pokemon Insurgents cheat codes, not Mega Death tickets. Cheat Engine is a third-party program. I don't want to... Is there no built-in cheat codes? It's a fan game. It's a fan game. Why would you not give me... You give me built-in speed up, but not built-in fuck you IVs? Crazy. Gotta go to the Megadeth concert to cheat, right? Which difficulty did you pick? Normal. Boom. All right. Well, maybe I'll try to figure that out some other time. And before in the game E4 cheats takes way too long. Yeah. Well, you know it is what it is. You'll get a cheat code at the concert at some unspecified juncture. Yeah, they just like scream it at you at one point instead of the actual lyric, and you just need to figure it out yourself. Revive until their Pokemon struggles to death is the cheese. You need to... Yeah, but that means you need... you need so many revives. So many revives. More than you can feasibly have, as far as I'm aware. B, you have to... Your Pokemon have to stay alive for more than one fucking hit. C, that's more revives than I have abilities. You can have more than 99 in this game. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, I don't have the money for that, so 10K, I remember Phantom saying. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and watch my Pokemon die 10,000 times just so I can finish this story. Are you fucking kidding me? Woohoo! If you do that, I don't know if you're masochistic or sadistic. Maybe both. Maybe both. Theoretically, they max moves and can have the max moves they can have is 140 per Pokemon. Yeah. So it's 140 times 6, and then multiply that by 4. No. I'm not sitting here for that long watching my children die over and over and over and over and over and over. 5, the Why the fuck are they called the Elite Four if there's 5 of them? Anyway, tomorrow we're playing Cobblemon, which is, you know, another form of Pokemon that doesn't involve me bashing my head against a wall. Well, I say that. I say that, but I probably will bash my head against the wall because I'm certain that there's going to be some sort of new fucking prank by a boobay, given that, you know, someone already planted a shiny Psyduck in my base. But it's fine. It's fine. It'll be perfectly fine, and there's nothing going on at all. That has cheats. Yeah, I mean, that does have cheats if I decide to make cheats. That's not wrong. In that, I can make cheats, and it'll be wonderful. It'll be perfect. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna raid into Elia, because she's still going. And then I'm gonna go to bed, because look, I already had a headache, and now I have a headache and an intense urge to murder something. And so I'm just gonna go to bed. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Do you feel worse than earlier? Different types of pain, because now there's just tension as well, because when I was, you know, I'm like, arg. It's fine though, you know, it's fine. And it's a shorter stream. Look at that. I said it would be a shorter stream. And look at that. It's a shorter stream. Look at us go. Definitely by planning and not due to frustration. Definitely not. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. All right, though. Yeah, we're gonna have another stream tomorrow, 1 a.m. PST. We have a very fun little Cobblemon stream, and for those of you who would like to join the server, you're perfectly well. No, you're perfectly. Please do. I fucking apparently can't words anymore either. It's fine. But yes, that's what tomorrow's stream is. More Pokemon, but in a totally different way. Yes. Ow. Oh, ow. Do you guys ever get shooting pains in your eyeballs? That's no fun. Anyway, yeah, and then it's Thursday, which means then we have an abiotic factor stream with Tori, and I didn't put anything on the schedule for after that, mainly because I don't have an ability to put 3 things on the same day, but there is a high chance that on Thursday we do another stream after that as well. Maybe some Duck Off, maybe some Age of Mythology, maybe just some like doing stupid shit. Who the fuck knows? Or maybe I'll do a watch along in Discord. I don't know. But like, that's an early stream for me, and I might want to do something else afterwards. We'll see how we're feeling. Friday is another odd day on the schedule as well. We have an incredibly stupidly early stream. Stupidly early stream. But cute girls. Cute girls. So Friday, we have a 10 a.m. stream. A 10 a.m. PST stream. Which for me is incredibly early, but we get to go hang out with Blair, and I very rarely get to stream with her because we do have very different schedules. She likes early mornings. I like early mornings in that I go to sleep during them. So we're gonna go hang out with her at 10 a.m. and then I'm gonna go back to bed. I hope I'm gonna go back to bed. It's either that or my singing teacher is gonna pick that day for a lesson, so we'll fucking see. And then we have some Duck Off later in the day, so that's lovely. That's lovely. And then, yeah, more Age of Mythology on Sunday. So a pretty nice normal week other than, some real early morning Blair time. But I hope that you guys will enjoy that anyway, even if you just join us for the VOD. For now, though, I'm gonna fucking take some Advil and go back to bed. And pray I don't want to fucking die in the morning because I'm going to work tomorrow. And it's probably gonna be busy because I wasn't there today. Anyway, it is what it is, but I will see you all next time. Please take care. Please take care. Please stay in better health than me. I will much appreciate that. Please make sure to grab some food and some drinks and do some stretches and take care. And I'll see you all next time. Boo-bye. 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 Boo-bye.